I want to thank you all for joining me for this Saturday evening impromptu broadcast. I was not planning on doing another live stream until Monday, Raw. But when this piece of news hit, I was like, nah, let me get on this. Let me hop on top of this because this is more competition, crazy drama between companies that we all love, and I love talking about. So apparently, AEW, and we've heard this statement before, blood and guts, but this time, self-mutilation, let me try that again, self-mutilation, I think that was right, and gore is the term WWE is using to describe the company. Why? Because weeks ago on Rampage, December 31st edition of Rampage, we had a street fight, a women's street fight, featuring our girl Ty Conti and her girl Anna Jay taking on The Bunny and her partner Penelope Ford in what was easily one of the most violent female matches I've seen in a long time. I loved it. Y'all loved it. But of course, WWE thought it was such a mark, a black mark on the wrestling business. Why are these women self-mutilating each other for our entertainment? What? It's not like we haven't done that before. You know what I mean? So, we're definitely gonna have a lot of fun talking about that. We also got other stuff on the docket. Our girl Bayley has been teasing that she's about to return at the Rumble. We got Dave Meltzer saying, that's not gonna happen. But Bayley's like, yes it is, bitch. So you got Bayley doing that. We got some other news with Tony Khan and Eric Bischoff and their little mini feud on the interwebs. But we also need to talk about Mickie James, who did an interview with my boy, Ariel Milani. Milani? Who's the hell Milani? Sorry. It's a Halwani. I don't know who the hell Milani is, but Halwani. I thought that interview was great. Ariel Halwani is his name. He always does great interviews. Loved his interview with Paul Heyman. He keeps it real. He asks the right questions when they need to be asked. He's not afraid to go in with these wrestlers to get the answers that we are looking for. And I think some podcasters, not going to name anybody, but they know who they are. They are scared to go there. We got some podcasters who are major kiss asses that no one respects. Just saying. It's good to have a podcast like an Ariel Halwani. I think I'm saying his name right this time. Who just asks the right questions, what's relevant, what people want to know, what people are talking about. So we'll talk about that interview. And then, of course, I'll give it to you guys to give me your thoughts. So before we pay the bills, as you saw in the intro, I have opened a Kickstarter. So I want to make this very clear. You do not, and I repeat this, you do not need to participate unless you are financially capable. I even said in the intro, and I reiterated it on the site, if you click on it, I don't want you to donate any more than $5. Why? Because I'm really trying to test where my reach is. Quite frankly, I already saw someone donating $25. Thank you so much. You're amazing. But listen, y'all, if y'all want to donate that much money to me, just do it here. That's my thing too. Like, if you want to send me that much money, I would rather you send it to me like through Cashapp or YouTube. Don't do a Kickstarter donation, or don't go and give the money to the Kickstarter, which is set up for multiple people to donate to. Does that make any sense? Now, again, I'm not going to stop you. If you are somebody that wants to donate more and you got the funds to do it, please, by all means, hell, if you want to give me the full amount, the full $5,000, I'm not going to say no. What I don't want you to do is overprice yourselves. And I know I said that many times before, but a lot of you still find a way to donate. You still find a way to give me that money to help me stay on my feet, to help me live my dream, and I really, really appreciate that. So this Kickstarter will do exactly what I said it would do. It would be perfect for me to get on my feet, to do what's necessary to start my career, to get that studio space, to really, really see how far I can take this. So, again, the goal isn't really that high. It's 5K, which is one of those things also where it's like, you don't really need to donate that much, y'all. I have 3,000 plus people watching me every week on every broadcast. Literally every broadcast. It averages 2,000, 3,000. All I need is 1,000 of you, if you're capable, to say $5. And then here's the crazy part about it too. When you go there and you basically say, I am dedicating $5 to this project, it won't even charge you right away. It won't charge you right away. It will wait until I reach the full amount. And guess what? If I don't reach the full amount, it gives you the money back. So, like, to me, you might as well just do $5 because you won't miss it. But hey, there are going to be people who love me that much that want to do more. I'm not going to stop you. So, if you want to help, please do. But don't kill yourselves to help me. I am going to put in the work for myself to make this work as well. But to those who are already donating, thank you so much. Thank you for contributing. Hey, let's see how far we can take it. All right? All right, I guess the last thing to do is just to pay some bills and then we'll get started. If this is the first time you're watching me and you like what I have to say, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all of my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership today and be a part of the ever-expanding brand by getting the opportunity to request a video of your choosing. Live reaction, hot topic, or a review. Also, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at JustAlexCentral. Also, give me a follow on Instagram and give me a follow on Spotify. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, VENMO, or Super Chat. That's right, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalexsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries and just to say hi. Also, get yourself a t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Get you an old school The X-Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx World t-shirt. But most importantly, say it with me. Get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America t-shirt made by It's Jen Alex and Firestar Heart. All of this down below in the description box. Thank you all for joining me once again, for making me a part of your day. I am looking at, wow, 110 people. I like it. I like it a lot. I noticed that super chat there. So before we get to the shoutouts, let's go ahead and run down these super chats, shall we? And of course, this is coming from Super Chat Chick.
For which stipulation will AEW use Gory and self-mutilation? Maybe they can use that for something like Hell in a Cell?
I was thinking like Elimination Chamber, quite frankly. Why not? Elimination Chamber. Gory and self-mutilation. Nah. That's gonna be reserved for something a lot more violent. You'll have to send me some ideas on that one. What stipulation do you think it should have? How about that? Show some love to the moderators, Ultra Shadow 97, Firestar Heart, Alyx, Demian, Godzilla Hawk, for helping to keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you. And thank you to everyone who has joined me live. I'm just going to shout out your name when I see it. Sonic Artemis 117, Ghoul World Order. Our boy Khalil does everything, still quarantining due to catching COVID. I hope you feel better, sir. We got Stoneman 180190. Stoneman, I'm not going to say your full name. Good to have you, Stoneman. Reginald Scott, Fab76, the Super Chat champion, nicknamed Mai, is in his house. He has let it be known that he will not be defending his belt at the Rumble. So we will have a new Super Chat champion for now, because he has let it be known he will be back for AEW Revolution to get his championship back. So whoever wins it in 2 weeks? And yeah, 2 weeks could end up losing it right back to Nickname I, who could be a three-time Super Chat champion. We'll have to find out. So who will win the Super Chat championship in 2 weeks? We got Glory Boy Sam. I think you're new. Have you been here, sir? Glory Boy Sam. Taryn Jones, The Polar Phantasm, Joe and Mom Arredondo, Gen X 6887, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. We also got Amazing Tribe. Good to have you here, buddy. King of Heckle Mundo. How's the money going for you, man? The money situation. Did you contact your bank? Hopefully they were able to get you your money back. Aaron Ethan is in the house. Haven't seen you in a while, sir. I'm good. It's good seeing some returns, because it's been a real long time since I've seen some of these names. Fyro, the Friendly Arsonist. Is that like a play on the Friendly Dragon? Good to have you here, Pyro. True Fire 901. TXC in the house. Byron Cutler says AJ Styles is the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble favorite, which is actually not true. It's Big E. Big E is the #1 favorite right now, not AJ Styles. AJ Styles is in the top 5, but it's Big E, Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, then AJ Styles. So, get your facts straight, sir. Don't be coming in my stream telling stuff that's not true. Agus Chaos, Big Ticket, and the last one is going to go to Lord have mercy. Hide your wives and hide your kids. Malik Hiltz is in the building. This man in here trying to get your wives and kids, y'all. Keep him away from him, because you don't know what he gonna do. So as always, please be sure to like the video. And the more you like the video, the more opportunities I'll have to be recommended to a larger audience. So get those likes up and help the channel expand its brand. Thank you all for being here. Let's get right to it. Let's pause these super chats. Let's not waste any time. Y'all, when I saw this story, I instantly knew I was doing a live broadcast. Because there's no way in hell I was going to see this and not have anything to say about it. So those of you who don't know what's going on, let me update you. So the WWE decided, hey, during our interview with thestar.com, we're going to take some pew, 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 pew shots at the competition. Oh, I'm sorry. They don't have competition. Here you go. This is the statement. I'm just going to read it, and I'm going to talk about it. And then I'm going to get your thoughts about it. You ready? Don't like it? Here we go. I wrote a song about it. Don't like it? Here we go. That is a very easy reference. If you don't know what that reference is, you haven't lived. You haven't lived, sir. Anyways, during the interview with thestar.com, the WWE made the following statement, and I quote, if you look at the Gory, I can't even get through the first sentence. Try it again. If you look at the gory self-mutilation that bloodied several women in the December 31st event on TNT, it quickly becomes clear that these are very different businesses. We had an edgier product in the attitude, I love that, quote, attitude era. And in a 2022 world, we don't believe that type of dangerous and brutal display is appealing to network partners, sponsors, venues, children, or the general public as a whole. Humbug. End quote. So Tony Khan and AEW has yet to respond to this. I hope their response is them announcing the next pay-per-view event called Self-Mutilation and Gore, which is an elimination chamber match featuring the top 6 people competing for the world title. Let's go. That should be how you respond to stuff like this, because this is epitome WWE. The hypocrisy is off the charts. So let's just get right into it. Let's not even waste time talking about how stupid they look, even making this statement. I don't even know who made it, but I'm pretty sure it came from Vince. This sounds like a Vince McMahon statement. He was the one that said blood and guts. So we upgraded from blood and guts to self-mutilation and gore. And where did this come from? It comes from this match with Anna Jay, Penelope Ford, Ty Conti, and The Bunny, which I thought was great. I don't think I did a review on it. I hopefully did. If I didn't, here's my review. The match was awesome. All four women toe it up. It was a pay-per-view quality match on Friday night. It made The Bunny for me. I was waiting for that match that made me a fan of Allie. I have never really been the biggest fan of Allie. Even during her run in Impact, I just never fell in love with her. This was the match where I went, okay, we found where you fit. We found your shtick. The hardcore queen, the psychotic hardcore queen, love it. That is a great look for her. I thought Anna Jay looked amazing. She had her breakout performance with a sleeper, a bob-wired assisted sleeper, as you see with the photo. Crazy. Ty Conti was amazing. Penelope Ford almost broke her back with that moonsault. That was craziness. Let me tell y'all, you don't see matches like this with the women. You don't get matches like this with the women. And anytime you do, you should appreciate it. We saw something similar, not as violent, but very similar with Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo at Hard to Kill. Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill. Another great match. We need more matches like this to showcase women on the same level as men. What do we always say? Equality in the wrestling business. Boom. So when we get it, I would think we would appreciate it, right? No. The WWE does what WWE does. They see AEW as competition, although they won't admit it. But AEW is their competition. So when a competition like AEW is now starting to invade on their market share, it's now starting to invade on their turf, get in the arenas and outselling them. Oh, you can't have that now. We now have to go out of our way to put AEW down and say, we are the family-friendly company. We're the ones that are good for your children. We're the ones that are going to be good for your overall health. Because we're not going to damage your mind with self-mutilation. Like we've never done that before. Get the hell out of here, you freaking hypocrites. WWF's biggest run, the one time in history where they had the most audience, was during the Attitude Era, which was nothing but blood and guts and sex and all kinds of crude humor. Vince McMahon talking about some, I love destroying lives. It turns me on. He actually said that. And y'all want to tell me that AEW is self-mutilation and gore? Guys, I've been saying this for years, and I'm going to say it here. You can disagree with it all you want. It is what it is. Wrestling needs blood. I'm going to say that again. Wrestling needs blood. The only people that don't agree with that have never been in a fight. I've been in multitude of fights. A lot of them I've lost. So I have a right to say this. A good majority of those fights, I bled. Nosebleed. A cut on my face. So to sit there and pretend that you could have a good, clean fight with no one getting hurt, that's not realistic. How the hell can you even think about telling a story if there's no blood? That's crazy to me. It's even gotten so bad with WWE, they can't do blood baths anymore. You got Edge in here doing brood baths. Brood black. The liquid is black. Can you grow the fuck up? This whole idea that, oh my God, we can't show blood. Look at, I can't even go to movies and other genres. Marvel. Freaking, what was the latest Marvel film? Spider-Man. Hello? There was plenty of blood. Peter Parker's... It's not something I'm spoiling at this point. Everybody knows about it. They were getting cut up. Blood in their faces. Did you not see what happened to all this other stuff, man? The people that died, the violence, and that was kid-friendly. Kid-friendly, ladies and gentlemen. It's gotten to the point with me now where if you don't think wrestling needs blood, I don't really think you... I won't say you're not a wrestling fan. I'm not going to go that far. But it's just really making me question your experience in fighting. Because I have friends that do boxing. I have one that does MMA. And one of the biggest issues they have with WWE is that there's no blood. Meaning it doesn't feel real. When you have these kids watch your product, you can't just have these guys go out there and just, you know, wrestle and do all this other stuff and it be safe and no one gets hurt. Or, you know, create the idea that, hey, we wrestled, I respect you, man, I respect you. No. In real life, when there's fighting, when there's that type of physicality, that involves hatred, that involves beef, that involves blood, that involves some type of lost limb, because that's real. That's authentic. And how the hell can you think about even telling these stories properly without that organic idea that these two women, these two men actually hate each other? Everything is so micromanaged in WWE. It's gotten to the point now where it doesn't even feel real. And then they want to have the balls to say the product can't appeal to children. Excuse me? You clearly don't raise your children properly. When I was a kid, this shit was what I loved. You think I was just watching Care Bears and Johnny Quest and what's another kid show back in the day that was like super boring? Hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Arthur and freaking Franklin. Hey, it's Franklin coming home to play. Hey, those shows went hard though. Those shows went hard. And I love me my Blues Clues here and there too. But Jesus Christ, even Disney films had blood. It's why it's called PG. Self-mutilation and gore. As a kid, I went searching for that shit. Raise hands right here in the live chat. When you were kids, please tell me that you were looking through your horror film collections behind your parents' backs. Because I was told not to watch Freddy vs. Jason. Well, yeah, I was. Because that was still when I was below the age of consent. But I was told not to watch Nightmare on Elm Street, any of the Jason films, Friday the 13th, Hellraiser, all those crazy films where people were dying. I couldn't even watch Scream. And that's my favorite. Scream was super violent. But still, like back then, I would go out of my way to see those films when my parents weren't watching. So you think kids nowadays won't do that? You think kids nowadays aren't watching AEW because, oh, look at that, blood? You've never been a kid before, clearly. And let me bring this back up really quickly, because we're talking about, again, this is what they said, network partners, sponsors, venues, children, general public. Here's what the fuck they mean. When WWE says those type of terms, they means the people that actually pay us the most money. You know who pays WWE the most money right now? Well, Fox. You know how old those people in Fox are? 50 plus. I'm gonna say it again. Most of the revenue and money that WWE gets right now come from people 50 and older. And they know that. So as much as they want to come up here and talk about, oh, you know what, it's too violent. It's self-mutilation and gore. Let's get something straight. If they were really getting paid more money with the 18 to 49, this wouldn't. You really think they'd be making this statement? No. You know why they're making this statement? It's because they know they can't go and be that. You don't think Vince wants to be Attitude Era WWE? You don't think he wants to go back to women showing sex appeal? We see it on NXT 2.0 with Toxic Attraction, and during the match with Tommaso Ciampa, freaking Braun Breaker cut himself open and he was bleeding. So don't give me this crap that WWE doesn't want to be edgy. They can't, because they know the people that give them the most money won't approve that. I don't think so. Maybe they can and they're scared, because these old ass boomers don't want them appealing to the younger generation. They want to control the younger generation through WWE, and they know that. And they're going to shut their mouths and make that $1 billion. Okay, that's WWE's right. But don't bullshit us and talk about, we are beyond the Attitude Era. We are beyond blood. No, you're not. You just can't do it, or you're scared to do it. AEW ain't scared. And that's why they're outselling you in tickets. So yeah, please continue to call AEW blood and guts, self-mutilation and gore, whatever terms that you want to throw at them, because all that does is make them cooler. I personally like a company that feels more real. And anyone that wants to come up here and talk about how it's not very mature for blood, you have never been in a fight. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Unless you've been in a fight, unless you have the experience, unless you even have the ability to appeal and understand why a majority of the audience stopped watching WWE because of this shit, shut your fucking mouth. Get some actual knowledge behind your egotistical mind that think you know more than you do when you really, really, really don't. You look like an idiot every day. Understand what you're talking about before you come up here and talk about, well, WWE isn't the right. No, WWE is only doing and saying what it has to because who's paying them is telling them to say that, or the people who's paying them don't like that shit. And I would really appreciate WWE if they just said that more. Most of the money that's coming to us come from the people that don't like that. Okay, I understand. Don't bullshit us and say, 2022 is not the year for this stuff. It only worked back in the 90s. It still works now. Seriously, Netflix, HBO Max. What's the most popular show on HBO Max right now? Peacemaker. Who's in Peacemaker? John Cena. And that's violent as fuck. John Cena gives you his 2 middle fingers. Self-mutilation and gore. Get the hell out of here. The hypocrisy kills me. I really don't like it when they do that. And it just further proves that WWE fears AEW. As they should. So, again, give me your thoughts about this. I personally love it because it just proves once and for all that they fear AEW. They know that the company is breathing down their necks. They're starting to take their market shares now. And they're getting ready to get a whole new influx of talent, which means even more people to come in and grab more market shares, get more people to come watch their shows. And with WWE, they also realize, and I'm going to say this very, very kindly, they also realize that after Rock and Roman Reigns is done, they are fucked. They'll probably still have their niche audience, but I think we all know where most of the audience is going to go. And I also think the sponsors know that. Just saying. Give me your thoughts down below. How y'all feeling about this? Because I just think it's crazy. It is nuts that all these people really, really think, that WWE is they are in touch with society. They're really not. They are way out of touch. I want to thank 171 people for joining me live. I noticed that number really climbed as I started to talk. So, hey, to the 171 people here, thank you for being here. Get those likes up. We're at 77 likes with 171 people. Get those likes up. I'll be recommended to a bigger audience because of it. I might do more of these because I seem to be getting a lot more views when I do these hot topic shows. So let's take a quick break and here's some super chats and then we'll move on to the next topic. Sound good?
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting.
I feel like we need a brand split for the Super Chat Championship between WWE and AEW. It is a very split crowd after all.
Well, I'm not against it. We could have a Super Chat Championship for AEW and Super Chat Championship for WWE. I mean, I'm cool with that. And it could earn me more money. But we'll see. We'll see. I kind of like having a universal Super Chat Champion.
Women in WWE were just eye candy.
Oh, that's all they were. You had a couple in there that were bigger than that. You had the Trish Stratuses and the Litas, who became more than that, of course. But yeah, man, come on now. That's just crazy to me. How people wanna go out of their way and pretend like WWE was never that, and they weren't the most popular when they were that, and they haven't been that way since. The more PG they got, the more they went away from what made them good is where they started to lose viewers. And then like, oh, it's a niche audience, wrestling doesn't work. No, wrestling does work when you do it right. And if you don't know what you're talking about, shut your goddamn mouth. Thank you. All right. Well, that's the end of that piece of news. Let's move on. Eric Bischoff and Tony Khan. Oh, these little chumpsters are still going at it. So last time, these two went head to head. You know, Eric Bischoff was getting at Tony about saying it's competition for WWE. And Eric Bischoff was like, you're not competition because you're not going head to head. You never were going head to head. So you're not competition. All this talk about you beating them in the demos don't mean shit. If you really want to go head to head with WWE and be competition, get on Mondays and Fridays. And then Tony Khan took a shot at Eric Bischoff losing the war, saying WCW went under. So he doesn't have any room to tell him how to run his business. And they've been beefing ever since. It's been crazy, and I've been loving it because it's two children going back and forth. So, recently, we got an update. We got an update to what's been going on with Eric Bischoff and Tony Khan. And it's just more, hey, if AEW still wants to go head to head with WWE, it's just, you gotta go head to head with them on Monday nights and Fridays. And this is straight from Eric Bischoff. If they don't have the balls to go head to head, then shut up and wrestle. There is no tactical advantage in completely degrading your competition when it's clear to your audience that you don't have the guts to do anything about it. You're fighting a fight that you are not willing to get into. It's childish to me. It is childish to me. That's what Eric Bischoff said. And Tony Khan responded with the following. I don't care what night the shows are on. It's really irresponsible for Eric Bischoff to say that because I don't pick what night the show is on. These are time slots that I was assigned to. And that is true. Tony Khan has no real control over when TNT or TBS features their shows. I think he said he wanted Thursdays. He didn't even want Wednesdays at first. He wanted a Tuesday or a Thursday. And they put him on Wednesdays. So what else can he do? Is he gonna say, no, put me on Thursday? You know, he doesn't even have that type of pull yet. He's not the type of dude yet where he can demand I be put on this night at this time. Vince McMahon says, I want Raw on Tuesdays at 7 to 9. He can have it. He won't say that because he gets too much money from advertising to go back to 2 hours. That's on him. I wish he would stop lying and say, hey, the product is better this way. No, it's better for you monetary-wise, not quality-wise. What same thing with Tony Khan? Like, he to me, I feel like if Tony got a little bit more pull, which can happen over time, he'll easily be able to move Dynamite to a Monday or a Friday. But for right now, even if he could, I still wouldn't do it. And I think it's absolutely stupid to even consider it. So, is Eric Bischoff right? It's just more of the craziness. The same thing where it's like, oh, you're not really going head-to-head competition with WWE. In terms of, like, head-to-head competition, sure, like, Eric Bischoff has a point. You're not really going head-to-head with them. But let's just call it like it is. Why would they want to do that? If they went head-to-head with Raw or SmackDown, sure, you'll take some of their audience. You'll take their... For sure, I can guarantee you this. They would most likely only end up taking the 18 to 49 show. But they would get stomped every year. Every week, pretty much, they'll get stomped. They might somehow, some way beat Raw. I can see them just completely destroying the 18 to 49 demographic on Raw. But right now, WWE had such a vast... They have such a vast 15-plus audience to where even I would think it's not a good idea. They would need to grow their 18 to 49 portion first before they even think about going head-to-head with Raw. So, look, maybe you can get on Tony for saying, yo, you're not really beating them in head-to-head competition. You didn't really beat them, so stop bragging about you beating them. Sure, you can say that. I'll be happily the first one to tell Tony that. But what's wrong with talking up the fact that you have more 18 to 49 people watching? What's wrong with talking up the fact that, hey, the young folk are watching my show, and you old out of touch hags, you boomers, are watching WWE, which is old, it's boring. As a person who's trying to market their show, that's what I would say. So, look, both sides have points. Both sides are pretty much arguing over nothing. It's just two men screaming at each other over ego and stuff. And I don't know what else to say other than both of you shut up. Seriously. For real. I do think Tony, honestly, yeah, I think Eric Bischoff is on point when he says shut up and just wrestle. Focus on your work, Tony. Don't be worried about Eric. And that's something Tony needs to get better at. Stop responding to every criticism you get. Just stop. Because all that does is just make people like Eric Bischoff continue to talk. The only reason why he's talking this much is because you keep responding back to him. Stop giving him attention. You will never see Eric Bischoff talk this way to Vince because Vince doesn't give him the time of day. Tony will. But yeah, let's move on from this story. I just think it's kind of funny that these two are bickering like high school boys. What are your thoughts on this? All right, let's move on to the next piece of story. Mickie James, my girl Mickie. Mickie, oh Mickie. There's a song that goes like that. Look here. What song was I thinking about? What song is I forgot where that came from. Icky Vicky. Oh no, I know this. Bayley Parents. I don't know why I want to sing that. Hey Mickie, you're so sick. Just a thought of picking around you makes me oh so icky. So anyways, because I'm not sick of Mickie. Anyways, Mickie James did an interview with Ariel Halwani, not Milani. I don't know who the hell Milani is, but Halwani, where she talked about, hey, being back in WWE, doing the Rumble, the trash bag incident, and that's about it. He had her on there for 30 minutes to talk about the topics that are relevant. And credit to Mickie James, she answered all of them honestly. Somewhat. She kind of played her hand safely on a few of those questions. Because I don't really think she knows what she got herself into. So I'm just going to quickly go through what was talked about, give you her answers, and just kind of give you my overall thoughts on her response and whatever. And then we'll go on from there. He asked her in the interview, how does it feel to go back to WWE, and how did you go back? And apparently, they didn't go to Mickie. You're thinking like me, WWE called Mickie, and she's like, yeah, guys, I'll come back. No, they called Scott D'Amore, who owns or is running Impact Wrestling. They called him first, and he went to Mickie. And at first, Mickie was shocked. She even said, like, really? You want me to come back after you just released me? Not that long ago? And it didn't take her that long to say yes. It didn't take her that long. And she does talk about the trash bag incident. I think that wasn't the next question. I think the next question was, so how does it feel to be in the Rumble, and what do you see coming out of it? And that's when she played her hand safely. She says, I hope I win. She played her hand safely on that one. She kayfabed him. I hope I win and fight Charlotte, because Charlotte and me at WrestleMania is a dream match. That was a safe answer. That was a really safe answer, because I think we all know that's not going to happen. And I think she even knows what's going to happen. I think she's aware, I'll probably be tossed out in about 5 minutes, but hey. And I came up here and already talked about this. I said, Mickie, you can't do that. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but if you're trying to, get Impact Wrestling and NWA to a point where you are elevating them to a higher standard, you have to look more out for your value. You have to have more self-worth and value in yourself to know, hey, I can't go to this Rumble match and be tossed out in 5 minutes like I'm a nobody. I am the draw of Impact Wrestling. I am the draw of NWA. I need to take care of my value. And if it gets diminished, that means we stop drawing. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure she won't say that, because they'll probably take her out the Rumble. So she had a good answer for that. I'm not even going to give her too much shit. Then they asked her about the trash bag incident. And this was... I expected the answer she gave us, but it's also one of those things where... Mickie. So let's just get into it. When Ariel asked her about the trash bag incident, Mickie goes on to say, well, when I first put it out, I didn't mean it as a shot to WWE. I just meant it sarcastically. Of course. But I knew, she even said this, I know deep down there was no malicious intent. I know deep down they really did care, and Vince apparently called her and apologized, saying that was the first time. We never knew that was happening, but we've always respected you, Mickie. We always held you in high regard. We had no idea that these trash bags were being sent out. Bullshit. I don't believe a single word coming out of their mouths when it comes to that. Because that wasn't the only time. Listen, I keep telling y'all this. Those trash bags were going on for way too long. She even said that wasn't the first time it happened. And then, again, bless Mickie's heart. She then goes on to say, well, I understand why they did it, because there are some times when they send it in trash bags, they try to protect your gear, so they don't want it to be in a suitcase or something that can get damaged when dropping it out for your house. They put it in trash bags to protect it. And I went, Mickie. She's trying to... Clearly she forgave him. And she's trying to justify their behavior. You can't. You really, really can't. Just say you forgave him. Look, what they did was fucked up. But you know what? I forgive him. And the most, I won't even say it's egregious, but the thing that really got me was when she said, You know, there's a lot of things to be offended about in wrestling. There are tons of more things worse than my incident to be offended about. You can choose to be offended by it, or you can move on from it. And I heard that statement and went, okay, so she's made up her mind that this is what she wants to do. She already knows why she's doing it, for the money. Hey, get your paycheck, Mickie, get your paycheck. And clearly, whatever they're offering her, she feels is more valuable than how they treated her. So this is what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this right here, right now, and then we'll move on from this. If they end up treating her like shit again, like she goes to the Rumble and she loses in about 5 minutes, gets tossed out, and then they don't call her back, and there is no forbidden door. And then, you know, she goes back on the indie circuit talking about well, you know, I trusted them and they bit me. I'm like, no, Mickie, like, that's also something I don't want to happen. People are going to stop caring. They're going to stop caring about this woman. Which I think she also kind of knows. She's also pretty aware of what would happen to her if they actually did that. Which is why she's keeping her options open. Which is why she also talked about her music, about her kid, about life outside of wrestling. You know, she even mentioned during the interview, hey, I might not be doing this for a while. I might not be doing this for a long time. Because she knows. She's very much aware that this could end up biting her in the ass. Hey, listen, many people have told me this. It's her life. Whatever ends up happening to her is on her. You know, and as a fan of Mickie James, who has come up here for years to say, you are one of the greatest of all time. You deserve to be in a Hall of Fame. You should be treated like that. And I mean that. I think Mickie James is one of the best female wrestlers of all time. And someone like that, of that caliber, should be treated with a lot more respect than she's ever been treated like in WWE. Ever. Ever. You know? There was a point in time, those first few years, where they treated her with respect. And they treated her like she was one of the top female wrestlers of all time. And then somewhere in 2010, they just decided to treat her like shit, piggy Mickie. And then she went back in 2016, and nothing came from that. Just a horrendous run that second run was. But regardless of how it feels like WWE views her, you know, it is up to her. And I can come up here and say, Mickie, you deserve better. You should demand better. But if she doesn't think she demands better, if she doesn't think, you know, she deserves better, what can I do? What can I do? So, it's not my life. It's her life. Give me your thoughts about that. The last piece of story is Bayley. Hey, Bayley. I want to know, you coming to that Rumble. Hey, Bayley. Look here. As much as y'all think you love Bayley, think you're a Bayley fan, I can tell you right now, I'm most likely a bigger fan than you. I love Bayley. I was destroyed when she had a signing here, a meet and greet here in Houston, and they told me, sorry, you can't meet Bayley because you didn't buy any merchandise. And I'm like, okay, where can I buy merchandise at? They're like, oh, not here. What the fuck? Like, wait a second. Okay, you're telling me to meet Bayley, I have to buy merchandise. Cool, where's the merchandise? Like, you know, it's some bullshit. So I was very disappointed. They said, sorry, you can't meet Bayley. Get the fuck out of here. But, yeah, it hurt. Because I really love Bayley. And I think, out of all the 4 horsewomen, she has been deserving of a WrestleMania moment for a long time. And I think she should get one this year. If she is healthy, and she can make that Rumble, and I'm going to say this, without blinking, if she's healthy and she makes the Rumble, I just blinked. Try it again. If she's healthy and she makes the Rumble, don't blink. She should win. She should, God damn it. I got it out enough. If she is healthy and she can wrestle, she should definitely enter the Rumble and win. Definitely. Matter of fact, if she's a surprise entrant and she does make a return, I love Bianca, but no. She can still fight Becky somehow, some way without winning the Rumble. Bayley needs to win this. And then Bayley needs to go to WrestleMania and beat Charlotte to get her WrestleMania moment. Not Sasha, who apparently isn't even going to be around for WrestleMania. Okay. Alright. Cool. I'm ready for Bayley to be cheered again. I'm ready to receive Bayley with a standing ovation as a babyface. I think she did an excellent job as a heel. I think with crowds back, I don't know if fans are ready to boo Bayley anymore. We should let them cheer her now. I am ready to cheer Bayley. I think she works so much better as a babyface to me. You know what I mean? But why are we talking about Bayley? Why are we here? Well, Dave Meltzer, our favorite reporter, came out and said the following. It was recently noted by Dave Meltzer that while it's not impossible for Bayley to return at the Rumble, it's more likely she will be back around March. And you know what Bayley did? Bayley responded to his ass on Twitter. You think I'm lying? Let me pull it up. Since y'all think I'm making this up. I know y'all don't, but still, I want to pull it up. Right there. Bayley on Twitter. Oh, good to know. They're always accurate. Bayley's really pushing hard. Like, she's been really teasing that she... And here's another thing, too. That's something else that's kind of making me go, uh-oh. When they tease it that hard... Like, hey guys, I'm gonna be at the Rumble. I'm gonna be at the Rumble. I'm gonna be at the Rumble. Or they're not even saying the Rumble. They're like, hey guys, so guess what? 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 And you're like, what? Nothing. You know, it could be one of those things where she's like, hey guys, oh my god, something special is happening on the 29th. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And then she buys a puppy. You know what I mean? That's the type of person Bayley is. So the more she teases it, the more I think she's not going to come back, actually. So I hope she doesn't do that no more. Like, just shh. You should do what Edge did. You know, do what Edge did. Edge said, fuck that. I can't come back and wrestle. I'm retired, you dumb shits. And then he came back. You know? Don't do what Bayley's doing. Oh, guys, guess what? Guess what? What? Chicken butt. Like, god damn it, Bayley. You know, that just seems like her personality. But I would love for her to return. It would be perfect for her to return. She'll get a standing ovation. She'll pop the freaking arena. And she should come back with the Old Bayley theme. Da 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 da. There ain't no stopping us now. It's time to play on the phone. Ready to go. Something like that. Ready to go. You know what I mean? That was a good ass theme song. Turn it up and give it some more. But yeah, seriously, she comes back out to that. Big pop. She won't. She'll come back to her recent theme, or she should change it up, make it a little bit more fast tempo. But man, I'm ready for some Bayley. Hey, we want some Bayley. Hey, we want some Bayley. I'm serious. I'm ready. So do y'all think she's returning? Do you think we'll get Bayley at the Rumble? Or is it one of those things where she's just teasing us for nothing and then she won't show up? And that, my friends, is the podcast. Wait, sorry about that. That, my friends, is the podcast. So thank y'all for joining me for this podcast. I thank you for making me a part of your day. I am going to take a couple of minutes to see what you guys are talking about in the live chat. Turn some super chats on and just interact with you. But for the most part, I think we've talked about the important stuff in wrestling. But what you guys got to say in the live chat about all this? Let me go back and read some of your comments about the self-mutilation, which I'm pretty sure is crazy. Soul Brother number 5. Transformers killed off Optimus Prime and damn near the whole original cast during the 1986 movie. That was considered gory for a PG movie back then. Damn. I still haven't seen that movie yet, but it sounds traumatizing. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Khalil does everything, so it's not appealing to children. So explain why kids these days are playing video games that have blood and gore in it. Thank you. Mortal Kombat? Street Fighter? You know what I mean? Someone asked me, when is the Crown Jewel event? I have no idea. I don't know if I'm going to be watching it either. I don't think I need to watch it. Izzy, what's up, Izzy? I keep bringing it up, but it has to be said. WWE chairman said the N-word on TV. I'm sorry, that to me will never get a pass from me. They can miss me with that judgment on others. Period. Izzy's right. Izzy's like, you have done some of the worst shit I have ever seen in humankind. You have no right to judge anybody ever again. I think Izzy's right. They shouldn't be judging or poking fun at AEW anyways. The Crunch G, they don't want those grandparents thinking WWE is corrupting young people with blood and shit, even though that's what younger people would find more entertaining. Like, dude, it's younger people. You know? It's kids. You weren't interested in that stuff when you were teenagers? What were you doing with your life? Seriously. The Beat Jr., you even had blood in anime. Thank you. Jesus Christ. New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl. Even the Golden Era was PG, and they did extreme shit. Hogan was busted open in almost all his WrestleMania matches. Thank you. Brett Gerard. WWE gets most of their money from TV, streaming deals, advertiser sponsors, and media partners, as well as their deal with Saudi Arabia. Yeah, and guess how old a lot of those people are that run those companies? 50 plus. Thank you. Thomas Farmer, they will lose money to their sponsors. Yeah. People who are what? 50 plus. Not all matches need blood. I'm not even saying all matches need blood. I'm saying when it calls for it, like that street fight with women that included weapons and thumbtacks, I better see some fucking blood. Because sometimes not having blood hurts a match. Volterra, my brother is a teenager and he stopped watching WWE. I wonder why. King Elvis, Family Guy has blood. The Simpsons had blood. Disney movies had blood. Jesus Christ, man. Nickname Mai. Uh-oh, I love this. Nickname Mai. Why is GCW on the rise at the moment? Oh, I wonder why. Blood and guts? Jesus Christ, man. Lorenzo D228. It's funny how the WWE calls out AEW for this when WWE did it back during the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression Era. Absolutely. Like, they have a longer history of doing exactly what AEW is doing now for 3 years. They've done it for a good 20. And it's not even close.
They basically admitted we're not cool anymore. Tears of joy.
Nothing else to really be said. Nothing else to really be said. Someone brought up Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is one of the most watched anime shows right now, and that is nothing but violence. All kinds of depressive, despair, violence. It's really, really cool. I love it. I might need some help, but I love it. Let's see. Someone said Peter Griffin versus the Peter Griffin versus the chicken. What's he talking about? What's he talking about? Lorenzo, but that's WWE's fault. They're not building any new stars after Roman. Matter of fact, Roman probably will be the last big star they create. Yeah. I think that's a safe fucking bet. Good luck building anyone else after Roman Reigns. I think Roman is the last one. Rachel S. What's up, Rachel? So Vince using the N-word on his show is what's best for business? Such hypocrites. Let's not forget the entire Katie Vick story. Please. Please. Keep that shit for you. And now we're just... WandaVision had blood, Demon Slayer, Powerpuff Girl. Yeah! They sure the hell did have blood. Punched them in teeth and Gory flew out of their mouth. Man. Please. GCW's having a... Yeah, it's going to have a pay-per-view in the next few weeks. Will I be watching it? So the plan is to... I'll probably have to... find a different way to watch it, but yeah, I do want to see it because it looks. I did see the card; it does look good, so I'll have to check that out. It says here, wrestling fans in the general public generally like action in TV shows and movies, and they have blood in them. Like, who are they trying to appeal to? Most of the people they want to come see their events watch anime, play video games, and watch, like you said, anime, action films, all this other stuff that is very gory, very bloody. So, the WWE is going to be, it's going to PBS kids. They might as well at this point. They might as well. God damn, man. Because that's just crazy. I see that super chat. I'm going to let that super chat play. And then I'll do a couple more, then I'm going to get out of here. The Rugrats did have some blood. I remember a couple of episodes where they had some blood in them. Freaking self-mutilation and gore. Get the hell out of here with that bullshit, man.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, waiting.
2018 Becky Bloody Lynch, 2020 Shayna Vampire, 2020 Rollins going for Ray's eyes, burning the Fiend alive in Thunderdome era. Roman, Becky only stars FR.
That is pretty recent. I forgot Shayna Baszler bit off Becky's neck and drunk her blood like a vampire. Completely forgot about that. For real. I even was like, oh yeah, that did happen. You know what I mean?
My Hero Academia has blood and still most watched.
Yeah! And that is considered a kid's show. That's not like just an adult type of show either. Dragon Ball Z, oh my goodness. Dragon Ball Z? And here's the thing, to be fair. They had to PG the hell out of Dragon Ball Z because, like, the uncut version is not for kids. If you read the manga or, you know, watched the anime, it's not for kids. If you know what I mean. But even like the PG version on Cartoon Network, yeah, that had blood. I remember a couple of Power Ranger shows having blood in it too. Yeah, thank y'all for donating. And James H is right. Keep donating to me. Really appreciate that. Look, y'all. I really do appreciate y'all for making me a part of your day. You are amazing. We're gonna go ahead and cut it off here. So one last time, if you still want to donate, you can do it with Cashapp and Venmo. But most importantly, please check out the Kickstarter. Check out the Kickstarter if that's something you want to contribute to. You will not be charged immediately. It's 60 days. So only donate what you can avoid to lose. Once we hit the goal is when it will charge. So if that's something you want to do, click the link down below. Go to that site. Start donating. So again, $5 is what I asked for. If I can get 1,000 people to say $5, that would be freaking amazing. So thank y'all for those who do donate. Thank y'all for those who do contribute. And I hope you guys are blessed, highly favored. I will see you Monday. Hopefully, if nothing crazy happens, I will see you Monday for Monday Night Raw. Sounds good? Awesome. You guys take it easy. And always remember, you're welcomed, always welcomed, right here in Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you.